device. It was called the Clovis tip. It was a spear tip. They put it on the end of a shaft, they threw it through the air, and they brought down game, and they fed their families. And some tribes didn't embrace that peripheral device. Their descendants are not in this room. So what are these things our kids are playing with? Playing with, we say playing with, right? Nothing less than the Clovis tip of now. And we see them sometimes as toys. We see social media as a waste of time, a kind of toy. Every civilization has turned their tools into toys so their kids could rehearse. Look back. The Plains Indians, little bows and arrows so they could practice. You, Fisher-Price ironing board sets and lawn mowers. We've all done it, but this is different. This is a convergence of two things at once, toys and tools. And if all we see it as is a toy, we're missing an opportunity. Now, this is not just any iPhone 4. This is one I got in Shanghai last week. I was in a shop and I said, "Is that real?" He said, "China real." This is a knockoff. 20 bucks. A knockoff. And it's actually run on an Android system looking like Apple. Our worlds can come together, can't they? But if you just do this on the back, the whole back pops off. You can put 2 SIM cards in and toggle between 2 different accounts. $20. Now this made me go, this kind of rocked my world. See, China is playing a different game than we are, right? They don't get all caught up in whether I copied you or not. They just get busy copying.
Yeah.
It's as if you have a cow on your side of the fence that's giving great milk. You raised that bucket calf, and now it's giving great milk. You fed it, you invested in it. And a neighbor moved in next door who didn't have a cow. They made a kind of cow out of cardboard, and late at night they milk your cow and put that milk in their cow and go, "China real cow." I'm not indicting China, I'm just telling you guys that's what's going on. So what do we tell our kids? To compete in that world, what do we tell our kids? Here's what I tell them. If you have a great idea, have another one.
Yeah.
And another one. And another one. The world copies. Don't get caught up in that. Innovate. Invent. Now how do I do that? I leverage the power of my macro mind. I'm constantly asking other people what they think, and all together we have this unfair advantage. And I want my kids to have that advantage. I'm sitting in school when I was a kid, and I'm an at-risk kid, the son of an alcoholic outlaw. In the back row of the room where they say the bystanders sit, right? And one day I got up from there and I walked to the front of the room and I sat in one of these chairs, and my world changed because I had a front row seat. They asked those kids more questions. It's embarrassing not to know answers. And then I cracked the code of learning. That day I cracked the code of learning. Guess what? You're not going to believe how easy this is. The next right answer in the teacher's lecture is always the next dark black word in the book.
Huh. That's a tweet.
I tested my theory and it actually worked. Sitting in the front row, I went from D's and F's to A's and B's. Front row seat. They call those kids policymakers. They call these kids bystanders. Is it possible that this is a front row seat? Is it possible? And I hear teachers get mad. The world changed. They get nervous. I hate those laptops. I don't know what those kids back there are doing. Get up. Walk around. Kids pass paper notes. We didn't ban paper. I say, get up. You know? But don't distrust me just because I'm online. Some of you are online right now. You're already Googling me to find out what else I'm weird about, okay? Good for you. I'm in the front row at a conference not too long ago, and I'm blogging, I'm live blogging the event, and I'm telling about, I don't know, 10,000 people all told that this man is brilliant. I'm bragging on him. He walks over and closes my lid. He touched my lid. Then he said, "I'd prefer you weren't checking your emails. I worked hard on this presentation." I could have levitated and spilled soup, like I don't know what that movie was. You know, I was really, really, really mad. Because why did you assume I'm up to no good? I learned by interacting with what you're saying. You might be full of crap for all I know. I'm going to Google you first and find out what you're about. Then I'm going to interact. Because if I don't interact with the knowledge coming at me, I'm renting with an option to buy. It bounces off my brain. I learn by interacting. And our kids do too. You know, I heard this story about this toddler. Their family got a big screen TV and they're getting ready to watch a Pixar movie. And this toddler gets up and walks around and she's fishing around the wires. And they say, "Sweetie, what are you doing? Where's the mouse?" She expects to interact with her media. That's how the world changed. Right? So I think of social media as a jar of lightning bugs. Think about this. This softens it for some people who get scared. I use soft language, okay? If you have one lightning bug in a jar, and it's totally pitch black, when can you see enough to walk? Blink. Blink. Wait for it. Blink. If I catch a second lightning bug, I can walk twice as often. A third, a fourth, a fifth, 100. Now I can see all the time. Because I have a network. All those lightning bugs, all lighting up at the same time, making it bright outside. Right? So what's left for our kids to design if China's got the copying thing down? What we're about, what we've always been about in this country? Experience. We create experiences, crazy experiences. You know why? We don't know we can't. We're crazy that way. We just do. We all often do. At least we used to. I worry about standardized testing. Who are we copying right now? Remember when we built things? We did things? We did amazing things? Where are the creative classes going in school right now? Right now. 16-year-old closes Taco Bell, does the book, sets the alarm, and goes home, trusted by that man for his livelihood. The next day, raises her hand to ask for permission to pee. What a waste. Our kids should be doing things, starting companies on their own. And there's ways to do that. They can pan for information gold. What? Pan for information gold, using things like Twitter search widgets, using Google Alerts, looking for key phrases like brand new invention, this will change the world, amazing new invention. Keyword searching those things, so I know within the hour every time something brand new happens in the world. See, you invented it, but you don't exactly see what it really can be. I do, I'm rich. I think you're to capitalize the number one copies. I can put your invention together with his invention because you don't know each other, but I do. I can connect the dots. That's panning for information gold. Our kids should be doing that right now. If you have a company, you're panning for the name of your company to see if anyone's talking. That's great. What's your next invention? What next service do you need to invent? Are you looking for people talking about that? The people who just invented it, who will be honored when you talk to them within the hour, 2 weeks from now, get in line. That's an unfair advantage. So there's sites out there, some of my favorites I'm going to share with you. Shapeways, a company in the Netherlands that will make your kid's product for free. He's got a factory back end now. He goes into Google SketchUp, free open source software, works with PCs and Macs, Google SketchUp. He makes a design, a piece of jewelry, or an add-on for the iPhone, a case for the brand new iPad 5 or the next iPad version, like the third, right? So he designs that in AutoCAD or Google SketchUp, uploads it to his account on Shapeways, and now he has a factory printing that in 3D. Plastic, metal, sterling silver, all those choices. And that doesn't cost anything to do. He's got worldwide, now global distribution, B2B, right? That's just one guy. Spoonflower lets your kids print their own fabric and sell it online. Their own fabric. Know any quilters? Spoonflower. That's the name of the site. Don't say more like that. Create space. Your little artists can start their own industry online, their own store. Imagine if your schools were like a downtown business district, and the kids were business people. And when they graduated, they weren't starting business. They had a freaking successful business. And by the way, they got a good grade in business class. For something other than Excel, spreadsheets, and widgets. They'd be on fire, right? That's their passionate product, and why shouldn't they? So I'm going to share this story with you. When I was in 8th grade, I got my first guitar. This is not that guitar. Sure, I got. If I talk like this, is it going to mess up the broadcast? I may have to need a volunteer just to hold it. Come up here and be my, give me a hand to my groupie up here. She's going to hold this. Disadvantage. In 8th grade, I'm poor. I get my first guitar. It doesn't have strings. My dad found it at a yard sale for $100 with no strings attached. It had no strings attached. So I go home and I'm playing air guitar, and that's all I can do. But I finally at Christmas get strings, and now I've got strings. And the old man next door tuned it. But here I am, a kid with no money for lessons. There's a barrier between me and knowing how to play this, and I want to play it so bad with my heart and soul. So I just start hitting it, and I found out that if I hit it here and slid from here to here, 2, 4, 2, 4. have fun.